Hello and welcome to Bloomberg Quint. We're here to wrap the markets for you. Now, the Indian markets have started this week on a positive note. In fact, the Nifty has gained nearly 0.25% today in a volatile but yet a narrow range trade. In fact, it could have been the positive global cues plus the recent FI buying that could have helped the Nifty index to reclaim that 8800 mark. So, the Nifty has hit 8800 for the first time since September 2015. In fact, that's the question that we had asked in the Bloomberg Quint poll of the day, and we had asked where the Nifty would end today. 43% of the participants had expected the Nifty to close above 8830. Around 35% were expecting the Nifty to hold on to that 8800 mark, whereas 22% expected it to fall below 8770. So there you have about 35% of the people getting it right. A close exactly at 8801. But Agam, the index futures also continue to see buying given the way the index has moved in the cash market.
Of course, so we've seen the Nifty reclaim 8800 after a really long time, and this of course also means that we have seen further accumulation when it comes to the Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty futures towards fresh longs. Let's also take a look at what's happened in the options market. Quite naturally, given the fact that we have moved above the mark of 8800, we've seen more writing in the 8800 put and unwinding as far as the 8800 call is concerned. As far as your range goes, well, we're still looking at a broad 500 point range between 8500 and 9000 based on maximum open interest. But for now, Shraddha, cues look certainly positive when it comes to trade going forward in the next few days.
Okay, it was the cement and the pharma stocks which were really doing well today. So if you look at the Nifty gainers, you'll see that entire pharma cement pack doing well. You have Ambuja Cements, you have ACC, Ultratech Cement, and Grasim also seeing gains to the tune of about 0.5%. You had when it comes to pharma stocks, there was some mixed trends. So Sun Pharma rose as much as 4.3% in the absence of any news trigger. So we're probably seeing some value buying in that stock. Aurobindo Pharma also gaining a good 3%. On the other hand, you had Dr. Reddy's and Cipla's which corrected by close to 1%. Dr. Reddy's of course had its Q3 numbers on Saturday, but brokerages continue to remain cautious despite the earnings beat. It's the management guidance for a softer Q4, delayed approvals and re-inspection which is due at 3 plants, which are some of the worries for that stock. Tata Motors and Bank of Baroda also amongst the top losers. Bank of Baroda after the PSU Bank index paired gains after rising to a 1.5-year high during the day. But Agam, the inherent strength in equities is also being reflected as far as the mid caps are concerned. 53 out of 500 Nifty 500 index stocks were at their 52-week high today.
Right, and I'm sure that's a side that the bulls will certainly appreciate. You know, when it comes to the broader markets and the breadth, the market breadth that we're looking at, well, approximately 2 gainers for 1 loser. Let's also take a look at some of these key gainers. We have logistics, that is Aegis Logistics, followed by JP Infra, and in fact a lot of these JP companies have been buzzing and in fact been gaining to a certain extent. Eros International has also gained, followed by Sri Renuka International. Jubilant Foodworks coming out with, well, I would say a set of numbers which were in line with street expectations, but I will talk about that just in a bit. Bajaj Finserv, followed by Bajaj Hindustan. So sugar companies also on the rise. As far as losers are concerned, well, we're looking at some weakness in FTC, followed by Intellect Design Arena. OBC is also declined by as much as nearly 4%, followed by Mahanagar Telephone. Of course, MTNL has been falling after we've seen tremendous strength on Friday, followed by Mahindra Holidays as well as Brigade Enterprises, all losing out anywhere between 2 to 3%.
Agam, when it comes to Jubilant Foodworks, same store Q3 same store sales fell about 3.5%, and this seems to be much better than the number that the street was working with. A close to double-digit number was the fear. So, is that something that could have been in the stock? Well,
certainly that seems to be the case, because if you look at the decline of 3.3%. As far as the same store sales growth are concerned, we are looking at a revenue growth of 4%. That means that this growth has come on to two variables. One is of course that the new stores that they have added, that's providing the growth, and the other part is that this has to a certain extent also come because of the price hikes that's been taken. Of course, that said, we have still seen quite a decline in profitability, essentially on account of raw materials costs, and the employee benefits are also very, very high. these are some of the factors that they will still need to take care of. But the reason why we're looking at this gain in stocks today is that it has corrected quite a bit over the last 6 months. Well, touched almost levels of 800, 850, and now given the fact that there are no negative surprises is also the reason why we saw Jubilant Foodworks move up today.
Having said that, Agam, even Westlife Development had posted a decent same-store sales number. So surprisingly, these companies have been able to sail through at least this quarter for now. The recently listed BSC Limited lost about 3.5% today after ending with gains of 32% on the listing day on Friday. But that's all as far as mid-caps are concerned. In terms of what we're watching out for, well, the big earnings to watch out for tomorrow are going to be Tata Steel, BHEL, Punjab National Bank, Titan, and a host of mid-cap names that we are going to be tracking tomorrow, given that it's an earnings heavy week. But with that, it's a wrap to today's edition. Thank you for watching Bloomberg Quint.